The mummification process. The ancient Egyptians developed a sophisticated method to preserve a dead body for the afterlife: mummification. First, his body is taken to the tent known as Ebu, or the place of purification. There, the embalmers wash his body with good-smelling palm wine and rinse it with water from the Nile. One of the embalmer's men makes a cut in the left side of the body and removes many of the internal organs. The liver, lungs, stomach and intestines are washed and packed with natron, which will dry them out. A long hook is used to smash the brain and pull it out through the nose. The body is now covered and stuffed with natron, which will dry it out. All of the fluids and rags from the embalming process will be saved and buried along with the body. After 40 days, the body is washed again with water from the Nile. Then it is covered with oils to help the skin stay elastic. The dehydrated internal organs are wrapped in linen and returned to the body. The body is stuffed with dry materials such as sawdust, leaves and linen so that it looks lifelike. Finally, the body is covered again with good-smelling oils. It is now ready to be wrapped in linen. In the past, when the internal organs were removed from a body, they were placed in hollow canopic jars. Imseti, the human-headed god, looks after the liver. Happy, the baboon-headed god, looks after the lungs. Dua Mutef, the jackal-headed god, looks after the stomach. Kabes Senuef, the falcon-headed god, looks after the intestines. The body has been cleaned, dried and rubbed with good-smelling oils. Now it is ready to be wrapped in linen. First, the head and neck are wrapped with strips of fine linen. Then, the fingers and the toes are individually wrapped. The arms and legs are wrapped separately. Between the layers of wrapping, the embalmers place amulets to protect the body in its journey through the underworld. This is the Isis knot amulet, which will protect the body. A priest reads spells out loud while the mummy is being wrapped. These spells will help ward off evil spirits and help the deceased make the journey to the afterlife. The arms and legs are tied together. A papyrus scroll with spells from the Book of the Dead is placed between the wrapped hands. More linen strips are wrapped around the body. At every layer, the bandages are painted with liquid resin that helps to glue the bandages together. A cloth is wrapped around the body and a picture of god Osiris is painted on its surface. Finally, a large cloth is wrapped around the entire mummy. It is attached with strips of linen that run from the top to the bottom of the mummy and around its middle. A board of painted wood is placed on top of the mummy before the mummy is lowered into its coffin. The first coffin is then put inside a second coffin. The funeral is held for the deceased and his family mourns this death. They also mummified animals such as cats and dogs.
Mummification was developed by the ancient Egyptians to preserve the body for the afterlife. Typically, all internal organs were removed before mummification, with the exception of the heart. But in this case, the heart was removed and the lungs were left intact. Next, the body was covered with salt and left for about 40 days, until all moisture was eliminated. Perfumed oils and plant resins were rubbed on the body. Thick layers of resin were applied to glue the strips of linen that were wrapped around the body. The mummy was placed on a wooden board, and more wrappings bound them together. Long linen strips further secured the wrapping. A large linen cloth was wrapped around the mummy.